Hello guys, welcome back onto the channel. Yesterday I uploaded a bunch of videos covering the update 1.11 and in one of them I showed the pricing on the new cars. But as Carlos Casmore mentioned in the comments of that video, I overlooked one of them, and the one that I overlooked was the Toyota FT-1. And I really didn't notice that even when I was editing the video. Otherwise I would have added a note on the video. But yeah, I completely missed that one, and so I'm just doing this video to show the pricing on this car. By now most of you have already checked out the prices anyway, but I want to drive this car, so this is a good opportunity. So this car goes for 500,000 credits. It's not cheap. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but um, it's a cool looking car, so I'm gonna get it. Now, as for the XJ13 and the Ferrari P4, these are the ones that I can see in the comments that people are mostly concerned about because of how expensive they are. And I agree. In a game where the payout is really low, as in Gran Turismo Sport, you would have expected these cars to go for a lot less than 20 million each. And I've seen people saying that yesterday in one of the videos I mentioned that it would take about 150 hours of gameplay for you to uh, get 40 million in credits in this game. And I've seen a couple of you in the comments mentioning that it's possible to do this in a lot less time. And I know I'm aware of that, and I should have made myself clearer in the video. When I said that it's gonna take you about 150 hours of gameplay for you to get 40 million credits, I meant in a natural uh, playing, uh, in a natural playthrough, where you're not consciously putting an effort into boosting the amount of credits that you're gonna get. One of you mentioned in the comments that you can get approximately 300,000 credits every 12 minutes. But if you do the math, and one of the people in the comments did the math, it's going to take you about 14 hours to get 40 million credits of uninterrupted gameplay using that method. And I figure that most of you are not going to put in the time to do that. And to be honest, would be uh, boring. This would be a boring thing to do when you sit down with the sole purpose of getting money, which is why the money glitch was so popular. You would be able to get the same amount of money in under a minute. Now, over natural gameplay, yeah, this is gonna take you about 150 hours for you to get 40 million. I've been playing this game consistently, and I did a glitch very few times just for the purpose of testing it so I could do the video knowing that the glitch worked. But aside from those few times where I actually tested the glitch, I haven't done the glitch for myself in order to get money or to level up fast. So um, it's gonna take you a while to get 40 million credits. It's not easy. The payouts in this game are really low, especially so if you're spending most of your time in the sport mode, which I believe is where most people uh, are actually playing the game. But anyways, I just want to do a quick test drive in this new car. I know that this car is good. I have driven it in one of the videos that I uploaded. I think that the name of the video is Group X cars are can can be actually drivable, something like that. I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below just in case. And I know that this car is good, but I haven't driven this version of this car yet. So that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. I think I'm gonna jump in and race again in Monza. That's one of the tracks. That's one of the tracks that they added in the game along with this new update. Actually, the only new one. The other ones are just layout variations to existing tracks. Alright, so the only thing that I changed in this car is that the stock tires are sports hard and I changed it to sports soft. And I think this has been a mistake because I can feel that the car is sliding out a little bit too much over corners already. I turned the traction control down to 0, but I might be bumping it up to 1, maybe 2. I find that in some of these cars, it's actually better if you bump the traction control a little bit. And I had no intention of crashing into this guy, but I still haven't figured out my breaking point in this track in this game in particular. I absolutely love how this car looks, especially so the back end, and I like the kind of a transparent cover, engine cover that they have going on in the front end. And oh crap! I just realized that I missed my shifting. All right, yeah, I definitely don't like running sports tire in this game. It makes the car so much more difficult to drive, so much more difficult for you to actually nail the braking points. And it increases the braking distance quite a lot, to be honest. And that's something that I don't find particularly enjoyable. I think the bare minimum when it comes to tires in this game should be racing hard. Some of these cars are already difficult enough on those tires, and I figure that it makes no sense to run these faster cars on these more basic tires. But yeah, another thing that I might be bringing over to the channel that is related to the update 1.11 is probably gonna be the endurance race. So they added one, I think, in Group 3, and I think we're gonna be doing that one maybe early next week or over the weekend. I still haven't figured out when I'm gonna be able, because I need to set at least 2 hours aside to do the racing. I'm gonna miss my breaking point. I'm gonna yeah let I'm gonna be put back. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna bring the endurance race, and that's gonna be a much better quality than the racing you're seeing here. I'm just testing the car. I'm not too worried about learning my breaking points, especially so because I'm talking at the same time. So it's kind of hard for me, at least personally speaking, to do both things at the same time. But I'm gonna set some time aside over the weekend to properly learn this track and to properly learn the new layouts at Autodrome Lago Maggiore, the three new ones that they added, just so that I can start bringing some better quality racing in those tracks over to the channel. And as I was saying, I'm gonna be bringing the endurance race. It's just a matter of knowing when I'm gonna be able to do that. And I don't know. I think I released one of the endurance races in the channel already, and to me that was the best racing in the GT League mode so far. It was the most thrilling one, especially so when you compare how bad the AI can be in this game, how easy or how difficult they can be. And the endurance race, the AI is pretty much the same, but there's also the element of having to figure out a strategy that's gonna work for you over the course of the race. You need to figure out when is best for you to do your pit stops, so you don't waste a lot of time. It's quite crucial when you decide to do those pit stops, and I think it adds a kind of a fun element on that type of racing that you don't normally find on the other races in the GT League mode. So I really want them to expand on the endurance championships and add more events over time, just so we have more stuff to do. And I'm gonna miss my breaking point again for the third time in a row. Yeah, I was gonna let him through anyway because I don't want to overtake the AI like that. I don't want to cut corners. I'm kind of curious to see. Oh, so that's great, because usually now I'm confused, because if I'm not mistaken, very few Vision GT cars in this game have cockpit wheels. And as a matter of fact, this again, I'm. But anyways, as a matter of fact, This Toyota that we're driving is at least came from a Vision GT car. I'm not sure if that's actually something that they turned into a production car. Uh, well, I don't think it is, but I didn't see the Vision GT name uh, on this car, so I think they just added the cockpit view. And as you can see, the cockpit view looks amazing. I really like that you have your gear display built into the wheel, and your speedometer is an on-screen display. But this is nothing new. There are cars that real cars that already have this sort of feature. But yeah, this car definitely isn't meant to be running on sports tires. It's meant to be running on racing tires. It's gonna be much easier to keep it under control. I was kind of paying attention to the detail in the cockpit, and I forgot to accelerate out of that corner. And this car looks awesome. The interior of this one looks gorgeous. But yeah, that's been my first time actually driving this car. I'm just a little bit confused. I'm gonna double check something because I don't know if the race that I did online using this FT-1 was actually a rental or actually a car that I owned. Let me just jump quickly into the garage. Kind of forgot where the garage is in this game. It's not intuitive, but it's not that hard to find either. Let's filter by manufacturer and jump straight into Toyota. Yeah, that's the one that I've driven um, in the in that other video. That's the FT-1 Vision GT car. So this is not a Vision GT car. I would assume that this might be a production car, but I'm not sure about that either. But anyways, guys, that's been our first look at this new car. I'm not gonna be bringing all of the cars in separate videos, just a couple of them that I'm the most interested in. But anyways, if you had fun, if you did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more GT Sport content, share the video with your friends and on your social media, helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate the help. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.